Hey all, Hipper here. So we are testing the Daring today, the legendary British destroyer, a ship that so many people have been asking for, and with very good reason. So don't forget to like, share, and of course subscribe if you enjoy World of Warships, and in particular Agile Cruisers. Anyway, let's look at my build here, because I just slapped my usual turret build on the ship. We have it for 2 weeks. Wargaming gave us the Daring for 2 weeks. So this is, I don't know, one of my first battles. And like I said, I just slapped this build on. I didn't change really anything. But I don't really think you need turret because like the smokeathon trick here, it doesn't really do a lot. Because once the smokes run out, you still have about 8 or 9 seconds. So I think you can do a better build. But this is just what I picked up. So 8 smokes. 43-second dispersion time and reload in 30, meaning that I was wrong. You actually have 13 seconds from when your next smoke is ready and your current smoke runs out. So you could probably make up a better build here because you don't need to put all that stuff into smoke. But like I said, it's just what I used. So these are the stats for those who don't know. And again, just remember that this is using my turret build here. So you might get different stats if you have a different commander on the ship. The ship is available to research in the Bureau. And it is, in fact, in my opinion, the best legendary destroyer in the game, without a doubt. It's just excellent. It's really, really good. So if you play legendary ships once in a while, I highly recommend that you grab the ship here. See here, I actually outspot the Shimakaze. Which is kind of weird. Anyway, but I have 5.5, I believe 5.5 kilometer concealment with this build here, and like I said, you can do better if you don't put all your perks into smoke like I have here. I don't need that. I have to tingle around more with the build because this is not optimal, but it works pretty well, at least for now. So like I said, if you play legendary ships and you play destroyers, this is a must-have. It's free. All you have to do is research it, and it is the best legendary destroyer, absolutely. It has a sonar, so like in this situation here, the Shimakaze torps don't catch me, sleeping or anything like that. And you get 8 smokes, and they're short smokes, which in my opinion are much better than the longer smokes, because all I use smokes for really is just to break line of sight once in a while when if I make a mistake or something like that. I don't need the 2-minute smokes where you sit in, well, you're supposed to, I suppose, sit in that smoke for ages. And I don't know what you actually supposed to do in the smoke, because all smoke does is attract torpedoes. So you don't really, as a general rule, don't want to sit in your smoke. Of course, I do it at time to time, and I'm going to do it here because I think I'm probably pretty safe here. I'm going to get a fire on this Republic here. Because I also have my sonar on, so it's not really that much of a problem. And the guns on Daring are excellent. Very nice, fast reload, nice trajectory, pretty good in all aspects. The AP is excellent. The HE is also really good. You'll see in a minute how I use the AP on a Minotaur, and I think perhaps the penetration is not all the way up there where I want it to be, but the AP is definitely not bad at all. I mean, they are destroyer guns. I'm not gonna, be too rough on them. Now, does the ship have any downsides? Oh yes, it does. It's very, very slow. I think it goes 35 knots or something like that, and you don't get a speed boost. So you're gonna have to just accept you're not gonna be the first destroyer in the cap, and you're not gonna be the first destroyer at all the delicious locations, and you're just gonna have to work around that. And that's easy enough in this ship here because you get so many tools. Okay, you get 8 very short lasting smokes, and you get the sonar. The sonar is not as good as the German sonar, but it's long lasting, and 3.5 kilometer, I believe, for ships, which is good enough. It's not 5 kilometer like the German ones, but it's good enough. And if it was 5 kilometers, this ship here would be a little bit too powerful, I think. And of course, don't forget the single fire torpedoes. I haven't used the single fire that much so far. I've only played a handful of battles, really. And although I like this destroyer, I'm not a big destroyer player. So Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what this Shimmer here is up to, because he's just coming out in full view of me. And I mean, it cannot be a surprise that I was sitting there, but anyway. So I'm not changing to AP, I'm using the HE here because I want to see what it actually does. And we have a Minotaur in the background, so I'm saving the AP for that. So here, like, I'm in front of a Minotaur, and I should be dead, right? No, because all you have to do in this situation here is just to go bow on or stern on, and really the Minnow cannot hurt you. The AP just flies off the bow, and yeah, it's just a waste, really. So many people, when they get caught by a Minotaur in a situation like this, they go broadside. And I mean, that's a one-shot if you do that. So anyway, here I'm testing the AP on the Minnow, and I am not getting very good results here, I think. He's 4 kilometers away, and I'd say these should be Citadel shots, but I'm getting lots of shatters there, and even overpins, 6 overpins. No, 6 penetrations, 3 overpins, and 12 so far shatters. And you see, I'm just sitting bow on, and he's shooting and he's shooting and he's shooting, and there's just really nothing he can do. All I need is 1 Citadel, and he is gone. So he gets one of my guns there, so it's getting a little annoying now. It's like, how can I not get a Citadel? But then I get 2 for some reason. So I guess you have to be quite close, and just get surprised by this Montana here, because I was fighting for my life there, and I wasn't looking at the minimap. I will admit that. But again, my smoke is ready, so it's not really a problem. And like I said, they're short smokes. You just use them to block, you know, line of sight, like I'm doing in this case here. And then I'm just going to reverse into the smoke now, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to sink this guy here. And I need to have a look at the minimap. I'm not too sure what's around me. So I just need to have a little bit of a breather here. A really nice thing that I've been using a lot in this destroyer here is the heal. Like, you only get 2, and I'm thinking that perhaps instead of using this smoke build here, I'm actually going to try to build myself a heal, like a heal build where I get at least 3 heals, because they're really, really useful. And as long as I have, you know, continuous smoke, then I might have to try to figure out somehow some other build for the ship here. Like I said, it's possible that you cannot, you need Smokeathon to actually get the continuous smokes, but if that's the case, I'll stick with this build. If not, then I'll try to see somehow, some way, and get some extra heals, because they're really handy. So there's still a Minotaur in the battle. There's 3 cruisers and 1 battleship. So I already took on 1 cruiser, and I can't do that again. So we're going to go for the battleship now, and then I'm just gonna hope that I can spot the remaining cruisers later on in the battle, and someone else will have to take care of them, because I'm getting low on smokes now. I'm down to 2 smokes, and I had 8 when we started. My health is 5,000. I don't have any heals left, and I do have a few sonars left, but at 3.5 kilometers, they're really only for, you know, destroyer versus destroyer battles. So I'm hoping, okay, let's get this main here out of the way, and then hopefully we can start to you know, focus on the remaining cruisers. So I shoot a little bit early there that I get spotted, but anyway, you seem to be oblivious to that. And my torps are approaching very nicely, and we're gonna get rid of this battleship here in just a second. And that's going to give us lots of points here. We are actually just ahead of the Reds now. So that means that they cannot hide anymore. I think that was their plan up until now, because they're all in like some kind of hiding position. But because that battleship decided to push, that means that they're going to have to make a move now. Because we are ahead by, you know, what is that, 5 points? So, like the slimmest of margins, but we are ahead nonetheless. So if they don't sink one of us, or they don't take our base, then they're going to lose. So this is what you want. Like, you want to force the red teams in these domination, when these capture the base battles here, into making like bad moves. And you do that by just edging ahead in points, so you force them out of their hiding places. Because like I said, it's fairly obvious that all these guys are going to do is just hide. Well, they wanted to do was just to hide and wait for the time to run out. But as we are ahead on points now, that's just not going to do it. So I decide I'm going to stick around our cap here and see if I can, you know, see anyone approaching here, because like I said, one way of winning is to grab our base, and if I stick around here, then it'll be really hard for the guys to actually get close and start to capping the base, because they're gonna have to cross a lot of open water spotted by me. So that's kind of, yeah, the plan here. And I don't want to take on this minnow here because I'm very low on health, and although you can do the bow on trick, it only lasts for a little bit. Like you can do it for a while, but sooner or later the minnow is going to get you. So I'll just take a cheeky shot there over the mountain, and then I'm going to go on the other side of this island here so I can keep spotting the minnow, because I have a Des Moines on my team and he is awake. He's a good player, he knows what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna go to this side here and spot, and hopefully we can get rid of that Minotaur there. Because again, we're down to 2 versus 2 now, so it's very, very close battle, this one here. That's also why I'm not making any risky moves, because if I get sunk, then the battle is lost. And if the Des Moines gets sunk at this point here, it's also looking pretty tough for me. So the minnow is spotted again, and that's really all I have to do here. I'm not shooting, and my torps aren't ready, so I'm just gonna sit here. And then he should be broadside on to the Des Moines. I'm just checking if he's in a good position, and he is. So it's just a matter of waiting and just making sure this minnow here gets obliterated, because I think he's out of smokes, or he's a radar minnow. I think he's a smoke minnow though, I don't really remember. And here I'm thinking, oh, I could get my Kraken, but it's too risky. It really is too risky, and I probably wouldn't have gotten the Kraken anyway, considering the AP performance from before. So I played it safe and I didn't fire. Alright, so my team and myself, we are well ahead on points here. I'm just gonna skip through this last part of the battle here, because there's just the Worcester left, and he's reluctant to come out and have fun. Although, I mean, if he doesn't come out and sink at least one of us, he's going to lose. There's just no doubt about it. That's also why I'm staying in the base here. I mean, there's not enough time to cap anyway. But I'm thinking this is probably where he's going, and then I can spot him, and the Des Moines can, you know, do its thing. But as it turns out, he is not even thinking of coming out. So a bit of a strange decision there, but anyway. So 4 kills, 133,000 damage. Not a lot of XP, because it wasn't a domination battle, so we didn't actually get to take a lot of caps. But still did like the destroyer job, and daring. Fabulous destroyer, a must-have if you are a destroyer player. Definitely, no doubt about it. The best legendary destroyer in the game. Well, almost in the game. So see you out there.